Guys, we finally did it. We finally beat Swarm level 3. And it took me to get Lady Fu to do this. Now, what you're watching is a pre-recording of what I already previously did. And I just want to talk a little bit while this is all happening, just because I didn't do this live on a stream. Where I do stream, it's going to be Twitch TV / the chocolate vegan. So catch me there. All right, now let's get into this video here. Again, this is Swarm level 3. We finally did it. I'm showing here in the beginning. I actually re-rolled for this effect here, because we wanted to make sure we have shields going into the match here. It's also muted right now, but in a few moments, I actually get the volume on here. And now we picked a few things here. They just gave us these, so of course we picked those. So let's skip forward just a little bit. Now, I think I was showing everything that I had on here. Now, we were running regular preservation, and then these are all the nice preservation things that we have. And we also were running remembrance and just a few other things, but we wanted preservation because of course we have Gepard as our main shielder, and then we have Fu. Of course, she's also preservation as well. Okay, now this is what is very important here to this fight, is remembrance. Now, of course, the base of what we were running was preservation, but this is the blessings that really took us over the top here, okay? After you break a character's weakness, you get 100% disassociation. Then after you attack them, you remove the disassociation and you deal 200% of the disassociation removal damage, which is a lot of damage, as you'll see very soon. And then I have increased the damage taken by enemies with disassociation by 36. So these are the things that made like the largest difference in this fight. Obviously, running preservation, it just made a big difference. We also have increased weakness break efficiency, of course, because when we broke them, it also caused disassociation. So it's just phenomenal. Obviously, we just had just some other random things here that we just needed to just pick up. Okay. So, of course, here we start with your part shield, Lady's Fuse Barrier, we slow with Welt, and then we go in with Silver for weakness break on it. Where we end up doing some pretty decent damage, actually. And if you can't tell, our shield is like super maxed out. Okay, 300,000 damage on the first one, which is really, really good. Alright, now the main goal, of course, was to just break the first, or the main swarm person every single time. That was our goal, always, was to break them. How much damage did we do with Lady Fu here? 17k, that's not bad. And then we always try and break with Silver Wolf or Lady Fu, either one. I'm also considering rebuilding my Silver Wolf to build her with more weakness break. And then I was trying to get as many freezes as I can, because I also had a thing where if I freeze them, I can, when they're frozen and I hit them, they get disassociation. I think I had that one. I'm not 100% sure. And right now I'm just saving my preservation attack until we get a Gepard shield, because the more shield that you have, the more damage that you can do. And that's why you see my mouse hovering over Gepard right now, because I was waiting for that moment, and as soon as that happens, I put my shield up, and then I will use my... Oh, maybe not. Maybe I use everything else first. Then I use my preservation. Yep. Because that's going to give us max damage on that. Oh, look at that damage right there, man. Was that a million right there? Oh, that was nice. Okay. Look at that damage right there. We hit for 1.7 million on the preservation attack. Now that was because, like I said, the more shield we had, the more damage we do. And that was some crazy damage. And already we're out of the first phase already. I think I got worried, a little worried in this phase here. I think something happened and it kind of got to me a little bit, I think. But we're starting off strong. Of course, again, we're just trying to make sure we break the swarm person. And I also want to mention that my lady Fu isn't even like built super well. Okay, my Fu Xuan is built decent, maybe even bad in most cases. And I'll show you guys, or at the end of this video here, I did pre-record that. Look, so this is a thing with Fu Xuan. If she's not built super well, when they get hit with an AoE attack, of course, she takes percentage from everyone, right? So when everyone gets hit, she takes way more damage. And she was like really close to dying here. And she also couldn't attack or move yet because she was debuffed from the swarm. So I was like, at this point I was panicking just a little bit. I was like, there's no way I got this far and then, you know, just to mess up. This time we did it a little bit different. We popped their preservation before we can get Jeopard because we saw the guy's weaknesses, or they were weak on the side. So we wanted to make sure we could hurt them. And then I believe I put up a shield, right? Oh no, I didn't. The Lady Fu was actually healed up, as you can see. Because I also had a thing, every time it's my turn to attack, like after we finish our turns here, right, with Silver Wolf, and then the enemy attacks, and then it's my turn again, we heal. So that's why Lady Fu healed up right there, which was clutch. If I didn't have that, she may have been in trouble. And then here she is again, she's back. So we run the defense and then her attack. We have our aura. I don't know if I used it. Yeah, I did. Okay. Almost 1 million again. And then this took us into phase 3. So at this point, I was super excited. Okay. I was juiced. I was like, man, we finally made it to phase 3. Obviously, we have to fight 2 of them now. But I was fairly confident that this was going to go the way that I wanted it to. This ends here. Alright, what was I doing here? I think I was trying to figure out which one was the main one that I needed to take out. Because sometimes it gets confusing. Obviously, they have the icon right beside them, their bar. But sometimes it throws me off. And look at that. Look at that hit, okay? Again, this was a big AoE attack. She only had 3.8k health, right? And then when we got hit by this, it dropped her all the way down to 295. But luckily, Lady Fu does this crazy heal, okay? Whenever she loses her HP and she's about to die. She just healed up 5,000, which was phenomenal, okay? And then I think I have a energy regen rope on her, I believe. That way I can keep her ultimates going, because with her, if you use your ultimates, you gain more of these, which means you gain more like healing at the end. Or when she's like super weak, which is really nice. It comes in handy. See, that one we tanked pretty well because we just had a lot of overshield thanks to Jeopard. And if I'm being honest here, running this preservation and having Jeopard was the MVP easily in this fight. Very, very easy. You know, obviously we have big damage dealers with wealth, and you know, he's holding it down. 1 million damage on that. Again. So that was due to the disassociation. You see, we put it on them. Everybody's popping and hitting each other. And then all we did with Weld is we hit a single because we couldn't do anything else. But due to this dude having disassociation, we did the extra 200%. And then that made our damage. This is a regular hit with Weld. Just a regular hit, and it did 1 million. And again, this is because disassociation was on there. We got the crit hit, and then it was just worked in our favor very well. And then at this point, you know, we just had the last dude. I was very much over the moon here because I was like, all right, I think we finally got this, man. And that kind of scared me, but then, you know, she does this delicious heal. And then we get her ult when she gives us another heal if we needed it. But, you know, it just felt good to be able to get to this point and, you know, just understand that I was like, we're there, you know what I mean? We're so close to beating this fight. And this preservation, just like I said, ultimately this is what changed the game for me here. Now it's good to know that we cleared level 3 as free-to-play players. We built this team up, you know, our double preservation, it works very, very well. All right, here's the big booms. Welt, I think we hit.
Can I have fun this time?
I forgot how this ended. But, you know, we're here, we got them on the ropes there. I believe I accidentally hit one of the guys on the side. Oh, there it is. So, of course, with Wells, whenever you do his skill, it randomly targets another person. So it actually targeted one of the guys on the side, which triggered us to win this fight, which also gave us this beautiful achievement here. You only get this by if you win this fight from beating one of the beetles on the side to explode everything in the end. So that's what led us to that victory. And again, it felt nice to be able to win this. Okay, so let's skip forward here. And let me show you, this is my Lady Fu or Fu Xuan build here. First and foremost, we're not even max level. Our defense isn't even 1500. Our HP is 6k. Our light cone isn't even like close to being leveled. It can be at level 80, obviously, at this point in the game, but it's not there. We're only getting 500, 200, and 200. That's it. We're not getting a lot from it. And, you know, as you saw, she held her own. She held up pretty well in the fight. Traces, she's super underleveled, okay? Very, very, very underleveled. And I'm just showing you that a very underleveled, a very cheap build, you know, will take you a long way. We look at the relics. The only thing that's maxed out are these boots and this. Everything else is not. And then we take a peek at this here. Obviously, we get our stats that we see here. And this is it, you know, that none of this is impressive at all. But she held her own. She did fine. The healing that she did was great. Again, Japard was the person who carried this entire fight. But it was just nice to be able to beat Swarm level 3. Now, the goal, of course, is to take on Swarm level 4. And then we'll be doing that live, either on YouTube here, or we'll be doing it on twitch.tv/thechocolate vegan. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys were able to pull Fu Xuan and get links. And if you didn't, I wish you guys good luck on those. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.